Hello everyone, this is Greyshot17 here, bringing you a company for us to replay, brought to you by, wait for it, build up, Yavert. And no, we're not playing with him, he's by himself, with Admiral Ackbar, which is one of the main reasons I, of course, had this replay, or show it, because it has Admiral Ackbar, and you cannot ignore Admiral Ackbar, even though, Jesus Christ. Rank-wise, Yavert's team has it. Although, to be fair, I literally did a replay in which the opposing team had what was it? It was like, it wasn't the 1v1. There was one where, I couldn't, that's right, I didn't show it because of the fact that they all quit. And it was an AI battle, but literally I had a bunch of hundreds versus a bunch of almost no prestiges, and they got their asses kicked. Not the low prestiges, low levels, the prestige players. And it was hilarious. Unfortunately, the level 300 procedures did the right thing, or not the right thing, did the cowardly thing, that's more like it, and just quit. So, I couldn't really make a replay out of it. Because it continued on for quite some time, and like, this is not a replay, although this is quite funny, I'll mention it. In any case, let's see. We have three British and a Soviet versus 3 OKW and a Wehrmacht. Seems about right. Reed, Ragnar, and Coltrid. So it looks like some type of clan. I know these two. Versus Admiral Ackbar, Lambs, Maxon, and Yavert. Let's see. We have, I think Yavert's down here with an MG. Nice try, nice heavy cover. Again, trying to get the Stern Pinets out of here. Again, the MG, aka the Vickers, is a great unit to try to just murder infantry, especially even in buildings. We have Admiral Ackbar coming in for the flank. Up north, we currently have Maxon. Nice trench right there with an MG, a Vickers, to hold that front. Pioneer Squad quickly trying to heal this poor little Kubel, which is firing on the enemy team, but alas, wow, it's actually surviving. Dude, here's a tip. Hit the Pioneer Squad. Don't keep shooting the Kubel. Right, yeah, move up your MG. Don't understand why you don't move up the MG. Really don't. Also, it was really nice going from a 1v1 where literally it's like there was almost no lag no matter what I did. And now, of course, because there's so many units, the game's like, oh my god, panic attack, too many units, oh my god. Anyway. Nice job. Oh, by the way, the day I'm recording this April Fool's Day. And no, I'm not going to do some stupid prank or something, but still. Jesus Christ, I had phone call at my work. I had phone calls coming in, and it was ridiculous because it's like, hey, do you support so-and-so? And then they would go on this rant, and like, do you know, is your building supporting? I'm like, as of me, I'm not just going to be like, talk to this person and make them seem like a complete idiot, and so that way they have no idea what the fuck they're going to do. That's what I do. They literally did that. I literally talked to them about corporate, and they literally were like, what the fuck, and hung up on me. They expected me just to hang up on them or so, like give a instant reaction. I stayed calm and cool and made them like literally turn their head and be like, what the fuck is going on? It was great. Anyway, we can see here Admiral Ackbar is bringing in the MGs. By the way, 2 MGs is not support spamming. We're getting to that, it's not support spamming. I don't like it when people are initially assume it's like, oh my god, this guy's support spamming because he's doing that. No, he's just doing attacking, which he's having a variety of units. Anyway, over here we can see that unfortunately the double team pushed them out of the trench, and unfortunately they now do have the fuel. Pioneer Squad moving up. Probably should have, captured this territory. Instantly retreat, very smart. Honestly, I do think that this Vickers machine gun should go in this building, hold this point. They should capture all these points, lock down this territory, and then provide supportive attacks over here. Maybe make a forward post over here with mortars to help. Let's look at commanders. We have Fortification Doctrine. Highlight would be MG defenses and Pack 43 of awesomeness. Highly recommend putting it behind here and murdering the enemy. As Yavert's doing right now with his beautiful Vickers inside the building, just getting that extra range because of that star, which allows them to pretty much mow down this guy's units from afar. Look how long that range is. It's great. Let's see. Spearhead Doctrine. Highlight would be the Mortar Half-Track, great for killing emplacements, and also the Tiger Tank, which is a good heavy tank. Tay, aka the unfortunately retarded Taylor Swift knockoff, is currently going the Breakthrough Doctrine. Highlight would be the Tiger, great AT, and also probably the Panzer Fusiliers, which turned into a really good anti-infantry. Now 2 stars, extra armor piercing, and also damage penetration, which is great. Maxon highlight for advanced placement would be the hardening of emplacements, making them harder to kill, and also the counter barrage, which will attack any artillery that is automatic firing on the map, which is pretty amazing. Indeed. Let's actually, nice job. The Ackbar having a nice set of AT. Well, I stole over Ken Werfer, and he's getting himself a normal AT, so he should be fine. Also, nice job with the AT gun. Hopefully, he can maybe try to kill this thing, but I think with the AT forces, he has to pull back a little bit. Nice mortar, by the way. Do you have a mortar emplacement? No, just the Soviet mortar. Very nice. And that's pretty much all everyone's doctrines for right now. Let's see over here. We currently have Tay, currently looks like trying to prep an assault. Really should move up the sniper. Actually, no, sniper can see. He has him pretty much not shooting. I'm assuming just for the scout, so that way the team could shoot. Why the fuck are you moving your Vickers up? Is it like close to ranking up and you're okay? Maybe you're just no. That's health, not rank. No idea. Oh my god, sniper coming in. Come on, sniper. Sniper fight. Sniper fight. Sniper fight. Sniper fight. Come on, sniper fight. Do a sniper fight. Do a sniper fight. You idiot, do a sniper fight. You're a level 3 star. Do a sniper fight. I hate you. I hate you. I do. I really do. You're a 3 star, right? You're close to it. You better do a goddamn sniper fight. Fire your fucking sniper. It's about time. I'm not trying to be mean. I was just waiting. Nice kill. Again, knocking out the mine. Most likely what's going to be going on here is again, he's going to keep picking them off over here and then come around for the flank. Very nice, by the way. Anyway, it looks like Yavert and Admiral Ackbar are currently holding their area. So it looks like, again, the British are trying to hold their flanks here. That being said, it looks like there's a large push going in, try to break them in this area. No Boffer. That's a big mistake. I hate when people go with this mortar emplacement first. You need a Boffer. If you're going in placements, Boffer, #1 priority. Because guess what? You can focus here, kill this thing very easily. Unfortunately, Yavert and Admiral Ackbar currently have to come in for a flank. Try to, now I would say block off, blow up, whatever. Stop them from coming in here. Because while they're easily holding off troops from this point, if they come through mid, they could easily flank around. It could be very deadly. Very deadly indeed. Nice MG. They're moving up right, pretty much using that heavy cover. Problem is, though, is that flame grenade is really going to mess with them. So that is a big obstacle. Now, Yavert, with the most OP doctrine the British have. One of the most. Alright, the highlight of this doctrine is artillery cover, aka the thing that will murder everything in its wake in the area, more so than even a bombing strike. And the other highlight would probably be the forward observation post. Not only does, again, you can activate this and have a really cool FOB, but, or FOP in this case, but it has all sorts of special abilities which you can use. So if you put close to the front, it could possibly really help out a lot. So maybe put it here or something, or actually put a more sturdy building, most likely. Nice job again, the MG just keeping that infantry back from capping that point. Very smart. Right now, I feel like Yavert should fortify this area, and Admiral Ackbar should focus his forces in mid, because I feel like that's what he needs to do. Right now, it looks like this guy over here, Reed, is going to try to focus in mid. If Admiral Ackbar would move his forces over, that would be a really good counter. Would you win shock mortar heavy tactics? Highlighted would be the IL-2 bombing strike, great for killing fortified targets or large blobs, and the IS-152, great at just killing everything long range. So there's that. Loms went the Royal Artillery Regiment. Highlight would be the Mass Melter Artillery and the Valentine tank, which is a pretty good tank and great for infrared as well. So good against infantry, okay against armor, and great for spotting everything in its wake. Maybe actually upgrade. After doing a replay, I think it needs to be upgraded to be any good. Anyway, shock troops coming in. They're going to own. They do great short range, and they're going to massacre pretty much any unit that is close. Now again, he's going to retreat his forces. Most likely it's going to just retreat here, so it won't be, that far back. Nice job, by the way, Yavert, at killing that base. I'm assuming that was either you or maybe the Soviet player, whatever the case may be. This guy building a Bofer, very nice defense again. And another mortar, kind of a bad idea in my book, but whatever. You have the mortar, even though this thing could probably do a fire grenade on you, or a fire barrage. Whatever the case. Looks like we have a nice, wow, okay, I think you should switch this around, MG in this one, and then that, but whatever floats your boat. Support gun, I'm assuming they did it to try to kill some of the emplacements. That being said, Bofer on defense, suppressing these units, causing massive damage, and have to fall back. Unfortunately, fire grenade killed that MG, and we have a nice set of infantry along with the support gun, currently trying to kill that MG, but unfortunately that MG is now 3-star, which essentially is making it very, very hard to kill. And 3-star MG increased burst control and accuracy, making it easier to murder and kill infantry, which it would be very surprising if this unit did not die. Now, he should probably... oh my god, he should have retreated that. Now, unfortunately, Yavert is losing a lot of forces. I do like this. He used this as a command vehicle. In case you're wondering why he would do that, it would essentially... it boosts infantry around him, plus also free recon plane. And the UC carrier is pretty fast, so having its ability, you know, being on here, actually allows the UC carrier to move at decent speed compared to the Churchill, which would move slow as a rock. And actually, I think a rock would probably move faster. So there's that. But yeah. Let's see. We currently have a bunch of mortar stuff going off. Let's see. We do have an Su-76. I like that because, again, that should stop their armor. If he could rush up and kill this mortar emplacement, that would probably be pretty good. He could probably do it. There's not much AT over here. There's some infantry in this location, but he's pretty much fine. I like this guy's defenses. I like how he is this mortar. 1 sec. Excuse me, sorry. Again, it's pretty good killing sport guns, but again, it is 1 versus 2. You need, again, to upgrade it, which he did do. We can see here. Also, this is now being activated so it can fire faster. He needs to heal it, honestly. Oh my god. I have a question. Why does this thing have dispatch, you know, for healing, and yet there's nothing coming out? It's very weird. I don't understand why there's no guys coming out and healing that. So they're firing really fast now and being healed. Again, should easily take the... oh my god, why would you blob? Well, especially with a mortar, my god. Anyway, these guys will probably lose. As much as I want to say that, of course, they have more, so that makes them better. Unfortunately, the mortar's firing at such a quick rate that I don't think they're going to win. Unfortunately, we can see over here that Reed is moving in with his troops, but like I said before, even though there is no MG over here, Yavert and Ackbar are currently holding this area. I do like his mortar, not mortar, sorry, flak emplacement. My problem is with this flak emplacement is the fact it sucks. It's great for support, which I can see again with light infantry, and I can see maybe it being used for an assault, but the problem is it just doesn't do all that much. It's, I don't know. The only thing I ever used this for was it Rostov Winter? I think that was the main? No, face off at Rostov. And it was putting it on next to the ice, so that way if an enemy armored unit came by, it would automatically break the ice, because it had decent sight and it had enough firepower to break the ice instantly. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I used it for. I used it for breaking the ice. Oh, it looks like he killed the mortar. Actually, really surprised he didn't tell this thing to do suppressive fire barrage over here. I'm sure he would probably be in range for one of them. We do have native artillery coming in, again, probably from his base. Yep. Counter artillery barrage, I'm assuming. Yep, we can see here, we can see the counter battery. So automatically fire base artillery at this thing, which I think he should have had a little earlier, automatically firing over here. At least in this case, he can save up his resources, and then once the artillery's done, finally deploy it, or some decent armor. Nice hit with the artillery. I also love how they have a 2-star Kubel, because why not? Unfortunately, it looks like the Axis are gaining territory, even though the artillery and everything is slowly pushing these guys back here. Again, they still hold mid, and Yavert and Ackbar are slowly being pushed back over here, which I cannot explain how, but whatever. Yeah, this is really fast, by the way. This is full speed with this command vehicle. At least he has some 3-star units. And now he has a Cromwell, which is a pretty good battle tank, and as we can see over here, not much AT. So I can see them doing a pretty good job of coming through here. Where's the Can Warfare? Kind of hidden in here. Probably a bad move to have an AT gun right next to that. Whatever. Anyway, Vicar is coming in. Nice flank. Knocking out that support gun. Big blow to them. And again, we have this sniper coming in. Knocking out that, excuse me. Knocking out the Volk squad as well. Hoping to push them back. Even though they're only going to retreat up to here. Again, it is still a decent loss. Vicar is currently firing. Cromwell moving in. Again, another Cromwell. That 2-star Kubel. Never going to see a 4-star Kubel. Never going to see it. Oh, well. A lot of troops moving in. Panzer Fusiliers, again, watch out. They get sniped the sniper. But with the Cromwell there, no real major AT plus artillery coming in. Again, still trying to hit this artillery. It's a big, big no-no currently for the enemy. And I think they need to do something very smart. Nice Panzerfaust from the side. Unfortunately, though, they're on a lot more. And the artillery from the base is pretty much wrecking everything in that area. So they're going to really need to do something a little bit different. I do like how the snipers there are picking him off. That's pretty awesome. He's just still picking off, hitting the AT gun. And it looks like this was able to get out of there. I think he should have done a suppressive barrage over here. Stop the units from coming in. But that's just me. Again, I really like their suppressive barrages. Anyway, we can see over here we have a... Oh, that was nice. We have a M17, MGMC, aka the pretty much half-track with a quad mount on it from the Soviets, which is great at killing infantry. And this guy is currently, a little bit down in his luck. He doesn't really have that many forces, while Admiral Ackbar, goddamn you Panzer Jews, and Yavert are pushing him actually really effectively. I do think Yavert should possibly... First, Liam's needs more units. God damn, he has so much resources. Now, I feel like he's getting my brother. Yavert has a decent amount of troops, but I feel like, again, maybe a simple upgrade. He should probably go for the research weapons rack, so that we can get some Piats and also some Brens. I feel like that would be great at killing this infantry in my book. Maybe saving up for something, I don't know. But that's what I would possibly do. I mean, again, let's see what he's doing. He might be saving for artillery cover, and honestly, if he has consistent recon over this sector, that could be the decisive factor of killing everything over here. But that's just me. Wow, that poor Kubel just instant dying for no apparent reason. Wow, nice shot with the artillery, and once again, getting a little bit too close for comfort. Again, that's why I love counter artillery. Look, it's just hitting this whole area, causing massive damage. Artillery covers are now active, so again, if a large blob of units or something comes in, it's gonna destroy them. Also, why aren't you moving this back? I don't know, but you're kind of stupid in that regard for not doing that. Again, if there's a tank, you retreat. Guess what this guy's not doing? Retreating. I like how Yavor could literally just back up and there's nothing over here and he could probably kill this thing. Oh, too bad I has to back up. Infantry swarming through. Probably take over some of these points. Oh shoot, back up, Panzerfaust. Oh man, you should have retreated. That being said, again, we saw the Su-76 currently doing some nice pop shots on the enemy base, and should, along with while the infantry section deals with the infantry, the Su-76 should be able to take it out. Love the Soviet supports with the British infantry, always great. I think they did a Gammon bomb, I'm assuming, because of the explosion over there, but we shall see. Currently, he went Gammon Bomb. Special Edition Hammer, which allows him to Comet Tank, and Gammon Bombs, which are really, really good, along with War Speed, which allows him to zip across the battlefield. Nice Vickers, again, trying to hold back the enemy, but there's way too much infantry, and you need something a lot more consistent. That's why the Bofors is pretty good for stopping these blobs, but without it, you have a big, big problem. So, unfortunately, Yavert and Admiral Ackbar managed to pretty much annihilate the enemy. Unfortunately, these allies are currently falling apart. That's why you play with us, Yavert. That's why you only play with... I'm kidding. Anyway, Lambs needs to get some infantry now. I don't really... He's definitely moving, but he should really do something. At least he's doing perimeter overwatch, which should have his base artillery, currently fire on every enemy in the sector. Hopefully, you want to start shooting, or, because they could use it. Shock troops trying to hold back the AT guns and whatnot. Yeah, they're just swarming through right now. It's kind of just everywhere. This guy needs to move off his forces. Kind of needs to put up. That being said, not too oh, Royal Engineers against Sturm. Sturm will typically win. The Royal Engineers could win if it was weaker. What the heck is over here? Nothing. Alright. This guy over here is doing a good job holding his flank until the Panthers invaded. That is, until the Panthers invaded. Panther, really good frontline battle tank, advanced medium tank in my regard. But the problem is, again, is Beaufort has that extra armor, which will make it pretty difficult for the Beaufort to kill. Look at the Beaufort. The Beaufort is doing almost as much damage as the Panther is doing to it. Wow. The Panther is losing more health. That being said, this Panther is an idiot for showing its rear armor. And you're going near a Centaur. Are you insane? I mean, the Centaur, of course, you can't take as many hits. And I like how this guy, they're trying to rush up MGs to stop the enemy from pushing up. It's not going to work. This Panther has no idea what to do. It's like, do I go back toward the Beauforts or do I go toward the Centaur? Which, by the way, I love how, again, we have some AT units around the corner. So he could be in a field of hurt. Nice Comet tank moving out. Very, very nice. Oh, we have a building somewhere. Where'd you put your building, Yavert? You put it here. In the building that's barely alive. Are you kidding? Yavert, that was a bad move. That was a really bad move, Yavert. Honestly, I think if you truly want a building... eeny, meeny, miny, mo... There's no building for you. Wow, there's no buildings anywhere? Jesus Christ, I'm sorry, Yavert. Oh, this one would be a good one. Kind of away from the battlefield. This map has not that many buildings, actually. Only you could have healed them. Actually, you could have. You could have had Maxon do it. Oh my god. This guy is all... What is with the manpower hoarding going on right now? This is ridiculous. Nice Gammon Bomb, by the way, by Yavert. Managed to kill a lot of the infantry. That being said, this orange guy, red, has a lot of decent... Oh, actually, no. He's actually losing a lot of infantry. Never mind. I'm going to shut up now. Panzer IV moving up. With the pack gun, everything. Oh my god, it's just getting wrecked. Yeah, who is this? Kurth is just shredding. It's hitting their underbelly, their weak point. Because again, this who is it over here? This guy over here just sucks. He has 1,400 manpower, and he's not deploying any units. He's terrible. He's horrible. And he's a 3-star he's a 3-star guy. Oh my god. I don't care what his excuse is. Get infantry, get MGs, get ATs, get whatever you need to. Just don't suck. You're currently sucking, dude. You're currently sucking. Now, of course, Admiral Ackbar, we can currently see him, has a wide-range army, and if I had to assume he's going to get the ISU-152, that's really good in this scenario, because again, with his long-range corridors, ISU-152 could do a lot of damage against the Russians, not the Russian Soviets, before they even had an idea of what to even heck to do. That being said, we have a nice Stuka strike coming over here. Oh, wow, there goes one, and the other's alive. Okay. Huh. Another infantry push. I'm just trying to figure out what this guy's trying to do. I'm looking at resources against the Soviets, because while the allies are look at this guy, 1,800. Jesus Christ. Well, these guys are definitely like hoarding. I'm assuming they're saving up for a King Tiger. If I had to assume they're saving up for a king, except for this guy, I don't know what he's saving up for. He kind of does a mix of both. Looks like he did manage to kill the Beaufort. I'm assuming he used long-range combat, which was smart because, you know, rushing in there didn't help him at all. And yeah, right now they here's the issue I find. if the Germans take this area, you could say, oh, Greyshot, it's just a small port area near the base. It's not worth much. Well, it has a lot of resources, and if the enemy controls those resources, especially that's this side, it's GG, because this is like your reserves. These 3 points are like points that you should always have as reserves, making sure you have enough. If you lose them, it's GG. It's simply GG. That's the best way to describe it. Also, why in God's name are you putting a bofer here? Whatever. We'll see how well it goes. But now this guy he has nothing protecting him. The flank is hereby open, and if he wanted to, he could rush up his armor and attack this guy's base if he wanted to. Now again, you can see here again, both players are trying to clog this area up with their men and try to push back their forces, which is fine. But nice IS 152. And don't get me wrong, they're gonna do a good job. Oh my god, if this guy runs, oh no, he's gonna run right into a Panzerschreck blob. Oh my god, the Su-76 that could. Where are you going? Oh my god. The Su-76 is on fire. What is he trying to do? I have no idea what the Su-76 is trying to do. No idea. It does not make sense to me. Also, IS-52, I know you have armor-piercing rounds. Go explosive. Yeah, I should have hit a hard target, not a soft target. Anyway, we currently have Tay, aka Taylor Swift's knockoff, currently pushing in toward the base. And they're literally at the front door of the base. Don't get me wrong, Yavert's still doing pretty good. He has a comet tank. He's doing a lot of damage. A nice grenade right here would be amazing. Just saying. But, whatever. Or he could rush it and just, like, push him into the fuel tank. That would be amazing as well. Comet just running over troops and hitting a fuel tank, blowing everything up. GG in my book. GG. But whatever. Also, I really find it weird that this player decided to put all these tank traps. I don't know why. I'm assuming he did it for cover. Then I know he did it because, again, you can see here, this guy went fortifications, and he does have access to it. It is really weird. Again, base defending, kind of stopping them. But now here's the weird part. As much as I'm forward pushing and trying to, like, entice, you do know in this scenario that they're literally not far. Unlike other bases where there's a huge swath of territory, like City 17 or something, or even like Leanne Forest, all these people are so close to each other, it's funny. So, yeah, they were easily able to just literally look down and flank you. And the problem is, unlike other territory where you can like back up and go through multiple angles, you're stuck. You're trapped. There's only one bridge you can go down. So if you want to keep attacking, be my guest. But you are kind of funneling yourself into a small area, which I find very weird. Now I have a Tiger tank over here. I'm really surprised there isn't the, where is this thing? Yeah, I'm really surprised this thing is falling back. He should be on the front lines. Because his explosive rounds or even armor piercing would annihilate that Tiger tank. But we're not seeing that because he doesn't want to. Looks like Yavert's left to defend this area. I feel like that's pretty good. I feel like Yavert can easily take on this guy. It doesn't look like that person's really that challenging. Honestly, he's more annoying. I love how the sniper's just hiding here. It's like, please don't spot me. Please don't spot. Oh, thank Christ. Oh, that could have been really bad. Stuka coming in. Again, 2 stars, so fast recharge rate. Doing some nice hits, but again, as you can tell, they were kind of knew it was about to hit, and he fucked up on hitting this building. They did hit this, but it did absolutely no damage. So, yeah, the Allies are currently in a pickle. They need to recap territory. They need to do something very smart. Yavert, I could see, yep, he's getting a tank. So, another Comet, very nice. That could help demolish. Lambs, you need to just get something. IS-152 pushing back to Panzer 4, very nice. A Comet tank coming in the flank with a bunch of Fireflies on standby. Very nice. Very. Oh, and a Firefly and a Comet, which will annihilate this infantry. Good against all targets. So yeah, nice job. Looks like they were able to push back the infantry and actually retake this territory. Also, to destroy the bridge, which would stop a flank. That means this guy's can only fight Yavert right now. And as much as I want to say Yavert is in a bad position right now, here's another tank coming out. 3-star infantry units all around, and now he has a mortar emplacement. Which, oh wait, no, it's over here. Well, at least they have the star now. Man, this comet is not comet. Sorry, Centaur is just destroying this infantry. Not 10 kills, not too shabby. Again, we do have unfortunately a damaged vehicle, but whatever. Oh, Maxon, fall back. Not too. Oh, wait, you're using. Oh, you cheeky devil. Light precision barrage coming in. Very nice. Actually, what else is coming in? We have IL-2 bombing strike coming in through the flank. Oh, do a good hit. Very nice hit. Very nice hit. Even though it did kill this and 2 support guns. So, again, very nice hit. We have a Panther coming in on the flank. Again, assuming they're trying to do some major damage. However, there's so much AT fire that Panther just simply cannot penetrate. And this is the problem. All 3 of these guys are literally just fortifying one massive area. If they do enough artillery, the Germans could break them. But right now, honestly, I don't think they can get through this. And unfortunately, on this map, there's literally 3 areas. You have this, you have the southern point, the midpoint, and this northern point. Or the southern point, and then this could be the northern. However you want to call it. The big issue, the huge issue I find, is that right now on the front, okay, I'll say it's a tie. Yavert seems to be doing better than, what's this guy's name? Ragnar. But so far, he can't, Yavert's been unable to do a decisive blow, which is my thing. Also, man, that one guy, 3-star guy, and he's the biggest, he's a bigger manpower hoarder than my brother. My God, that's an accomplishment. Anyway, we have a blob infantry coming through, a lovable Soldaten. Artillery coming in. Ooh, this could be very bad. They are being suppressed by the just normal Soviet MG, which I find hilarious. IC-152 doing some explosive rounds. Knocking them out, very good. Oh, there goes one unit. Again, Centaur coming in to murder, kill, and destroy what it does best. Now, you could be asking yourself, well, Greyshot, can the Germans win? Absolutely. I feel like what they need to do is do something very smart. They need to use the amount of forces here to their advantage. I think a zeroing artillery would be amazing. I think a Pack 43 hidden right here, make sure it's guarded, make sure Yavert couldn't flank, would be incredible, killing all this stuff. I think that if we continue, maybe some mortar half-tracks right here would be pretty good. Since they are near a point, maybe some artillery coming in. Our Yag Tigers, since they both meant the same thing, would probably be very good. We do have a Yag on the field, which again, maybe you should get the okay, to get the upgrade for, which would be very deadly against this stuff. Yag easily beats IC-152 every time, So if okay, so we have 2 Yags. That could be a little overkill. I think they should get a Yag and a King, but first he needs to focus on armor. That looked awesome. That may be my screenshot. Nice shot with the Yag. Oh my God, plane down, crashing to the local building. I love when planes crash. Anyway, Yag, again, just amazing at killing armor. And right now, that's their big issue. And I love how he's using the Yag to kill the building, because there's enough armor-piercing firepower to do some major damage. That being said, looks like Maxon is not going down without a fight. He's coming into a flank. Sherman Firefly, unfortunately, being outranged by the Yag. And now the Yag's up to a star, which is a huge, huge loss. Lambs? My God, Lambs. Get anything. Now, Yavert's doing a really good thing. Looks like he was able to push this guy back, at least far enough to push his armor through. And he's trying to come around and do a nice decisive blow on Reed. That's pretty major if he can do that. It doesn't matter if he can kill Reed's base, it just matters that he's pulling his forces away from Reed's base. Because then, Reed aka this guy, since he can't really rely on his teammates, he thinks he has to do it himself, which means come over here and do it, and fight. Also, there's a 4-star Asuka that's with 51 kills. Pretty GG in my book. I would say pretty good. It's pretty hard to get Asuka ranked up. And what I mean by that is, again, Asuka, people say, oh my god, it's so easy to kill. Not necessarily. I think the Panzerwerfer is honestly one of the easier ones, simply because of the fact that it comes down and it's very hard to hear it coming or really watch out for it, where Asuka, you can kind of hear it very easily. That being said, it looks like this guy's kind of setting up pretty badly. He can't see this guy. That's the problem. He has to look at different angles. So he's going to lose his base because he miscoordinated and put it in the wrong sector. I swear to God, if Yavert runs out with the Comet trying to kill it, that would be incredible. But that being said, there's a Yag right here, so I don't think he will. Yeah, the Yag again doing tons of damage. Nice grenade. Again, try to get close up to use it. Fortunately, the Yag might do another shot and kill the Comet. Nope. Comet escaped. We have Panzer IV moving up. OKW Panzer IV makes it a little bit better. Yag and a Panther on standby. We have a Katusha currently firing out at close range. Does a little bit of damage, not all that much. Yag, very surprised not, aiming for the ISU-152 right there, because that's the bigger threat. There we go. Yag doing a great job. Voila. Trying to hit the Firefly. Firefly coming in for the flank. However, the Yag is not backing down. I will probably back down against this. Yag can easily kill this. Again, you can see he took a shot. Didn't lose any health. You can easily knock this thing out with a direct hit. So that is a thing. It is a piece of machinery, so you can kill it. But that being said, there's a Firefly right here. So, yeah, this thing needs to retreat now. Nice Stuka knocking out a lot of those emplacements. Ooh, that's pretty bad. Lamb's finally getting something, I think. Stuka coming in a little bit more. Firefly being knocked out by the Panther and Yag. Again, we have Maxon's unit coming out the flank. Nice shot with the AT gun, knocking out that Panther. And now, using the speed of the Comet, able to circle the Yag, which is backing up for some reason. And not entirely sure why. AT gun just ripping it apart. Yeah, he should have moved forward. I think him staying there was a bad move. I feel like he should have just gone out of there as quick as possible. But that's just me. Now we do have a 17-pounder over here. He can add more defenses. I feel like Maxon's going a little bit too many defenses and he's not adequately defending them. That's just my opinion. But I feel like his loss, and I do mean dramatic loss of units, kind of reinforce that notion. Yavert, what are you doing? So Yavert is kind of in a pickle, I would assume. And here's my rationale why. Yavert is in a situation where he's been battling this guy and he hasn't been able to necessarily kill him. So he needs to do that immediately. Nice job with the Suga killing the building and hurting more emplacement. 2-star Katusha. I'm assuming he's hitting over here. Very nice trying to kill that emplacement. Again, you kill that, you can send infantry through pretty much no issue and just capture that territory. Man, that Katusha's getting really close to hitting that guy's base. Oh my god. I bet he was just aiming for this and Katusha just got lucky. Anyway, once again, Yavert for firing up with the RAS. Yag, unfortunately, there. This Comet's gonna die. Wow, it lit. Nope, never mind. AT forces, way too many. Yavert's still winning, though, still holding the fuel, which is very critical. Again, switching back, the Axis do not have that. So, right now, they're short, which is good, because that stops them from getting their better stuff. Also, right now, we can kind of see Allies, Axis. Axis kind of, well, yeah, Axis still has slightly less units. So, kind of a negative. We have a bombing strike coming in. I'm assuming it's coming in right here. Nice hit on the Yag, causing substantial damage. Hopefully that should push the Yag back. Yag's also in a very bad look. Wow, all the locations. And you also don't have target vehicles for some reason. I don't know why. Nice kill. Now, unfortunately, you can see over here, you may be asking yourself, Greyshot, what's going on? Remember how I said there was an OP thing? Yeah, artillery cover. It's currently suppressing and attacking every single thing in the area. Unfortunately, it'll only do so if it has sight. That's the only thing. If it has sight, it will attack. And the artillery fire will come in. But, again, the downfall is, yeah, while it's doing a lot of damage, the average just needs recon over this sector, and it would pretty much murder everything. Alassi does not have that, so it's not going to continue to really hurt. Well, it's kind of hurting him, but not necessarily doing as much as I really would have thought. The Allies have managed to take control at this point. I do think they should put more defense over here to stop them from coming through the bridge. Maybe blow it up, whatever you want to do. And yeah, honestly, they have pushed more over here. Very nice defense. Very, very good. Killing infantry. Yep, there it goes. Bofors coming in again. That's why I assume the Axis has been going a lot more artillery focused. Again, Tay, get some goddamn. Wow, they both went. These guys have to be working together. They both win us artillery. And I swear to God, they both win it over here, probably. Yeah, and here's the sad part. It's not doing anything. Think about if that artillery hit over here, it would do a little bit more. If it hit this area, Yavor, it would be in kind of a pickle. But because it hit literally this star, I don't understand what the point was. You want to drop massive amounts of smoke? Great. You made it so that way it looks like the mist. Hope there isn't a giant monster popping out of it. God. You want to see one of the most depressing movies of all time? Go watch The Mist. It's a monster movie I won't touch just because it's so depressing. Also, it's a Stephen King film. And oh, nice shot with the IC-152 explosive round. Again, this thing is a bitch with the explosive round. It will annihilate your infantry. And with this quad track there, that just finished everything off. Yeah, right now the Soviets are in a bit of a pickle. I mean, not Soviets, sorry, the Axis are in a bit of a pickle. Wow, 3 Stukas, really? I think 1 was enough, but alright. Once again, we're going to go into the wow, they've lost both Yags. Are you kidding me? Nope, no, sorry, the other Yag's over here. The problem is you just don't have anything to capture that territory. And no matter how many times you bomb the Allies, you're still getting enough resources and material that they're doing okay. They're doing fine. And Yavor's over here like, doop-de-doop, I can hold this area because I'm Yavor. I'm a boss. And to be fair, he doesn't even have to put a Bofors. He doesn't have defenses over here just to hold. He has a 3-star Vickers, which I find hilarious because it's just mowing down the enemy. And there's a comet coming on the flank. So, oh, that was a great gammon bomb because it forced them to stay. He stayed. He died. That's what a grenade is supposed to do. A grenade is going to be like, you will lose if you don't retreat. And after a certain point, you're going to die. That's what a grenade or whatever you have should do, honestly. Comet coming in. Again, can't really rush because of all this AT. I'm really surprised he doesn't try to rush a guy in the Pack 43. But with only this firing and not really much any other AT, I don't know. This Ragnar guy, which by the way, he could easily buy more stuff and re-equip this, honestly. He doesn't, though, for whatever reason. This guy failing. Yavor's kind of spamming in mortars right now, but 2 counter. One of them's up helping in mid, and this guy could easily, you know, do something, but it really isn't. Oh, very nice. We have a very nice precision bombing strike coming in, stopping them from retreating the infantry, which hopefully he does something to stop it. Oh, that was a nice hit. I think the Yag shot. Also, we can see here was a glitch over here with this MG. Again, it should die, for whatever reason it's not. Whatever. It's not like the MG glitch before, which I recorded. It was just terrible. Wow, look at all the Stuka bombs coming in. That guy is really coordinated. 5-star Stuka. Jesus Christ, Stuka man. He's Stuka man. The guy with no plan. He's just gonna bomb the enemy until they lose, which they won't, because guess what? He can't take over the territory. And nor are they helping. Yavrit's just coming over here and literally, like, just like curbs. Like, now he's making fun of the guy. I love how this guy's a king tiger. It took him forever to get over here. Oh my god. The mortars are just annihilating his infantry. Very nice. Not much AT here. That could be a big thing that the king tiger pushed. But what I am so astonished right now is the fact the Axis don't get an infrared half track, so the YAG could go to field on these units. That's what I'm really interested in, because right now the Allies have a lot of vehicles. If the YAG actually could see them and hit them, they would be screwed. Very nice, Artie. Stuka just knocking all that stuff out. Axis coming over here, retaking their fuel. Katusha coming in, hitting this area, not really doing anything, honestly. Yeah, I could take more than enough Katusha fire. Wow, look at all the physics going, ladies and gentlemen. All the physics, like, whoa. Man, that king somehow backfired. I wonder what could have happened. I say that and I see an AT gun here, and I'm like, oh, okay, never mind. Know exactly what happened. At this point, this guy needs to call. Like, if this guy would be like, hey, you know, can you help me over here? This guy's a lot of support. Just one quick fire Stuka barrage would really annihilate him, and I could really flank up and flank from behind. That would be great.
Alright, teammate, I'll help you out, no problem. I have my 3 Stukas, I can nuke all of his units, would that be cool?
Yeah, that would be great, thank you. Like, seriously, it's not that hard. But no, he said he got Doofus McGee over here, who's Kuthred, is like, hey, you know what, I'm gonna come over here, I'm gonna help you. With what? A Stug and a Panzer IV. Against a Common and a Centaur, Jesus Christ. Also Piats, which would tear them apart. But you get my point. Not the right tools for the job. But no, this guy's going to keep his Stukas back and just on standby. He could send his Stukas up and literally carpet bomb Yavrit's forces. And that would open up a flank for the Axis to move through and flank around the Allies. Or the Allies could move their forces up, come around here across the bridge, and easily flank around the YAG. And nuke this. That could be a suggestion, you know, just using all, and I do mean all, avenues to take out the enemy. Now again, the Allies are currently down. As you can see here, the Allies are dramatically lower than the Axis. And I think, yes, they are. So, what the Axis need to do, if they really want to win, is they need to get this YAG recon. They need to actually allow the YAG to hit a target. It just keeps missing. It hits random stuff. Prioritize vehicles. Look at this. Kill this stuff. Kill this. Not this. This. Not this. This. Not this. This. Understand me, YAG? No. Okay, you're an idiot. Alright, that's fine. That's cool. More Stuka fire, ladies and gentlemen, because why not? Really have no idea what he was aiming for in that one. Also, love how this guy went zeroing artillery. Did a little bit of damage against Yavrit. Yavrit's still okay, though. Okay, maybe not. Maybe it did lose a few things, but honestly, they truly need to come out. Like, Yavrit's barely holding on right now. He's currently fighting 2 people, honestly. And he really could use a little bit of support. I don't understand why they're all focusing here, and I don't understand why they aren't pushing this guy back. You could say, like, oh, Greyshot, it's a YAG. Well, yeah, they have Fireflies. You know how quickly Fireflies would murder this thing? Give me a couple of rockets. My brother may not use tulip rockets, but goddamn, I will. Now, unfortunately, there's a double team going on. Finally, I guess some support. Maybe not the one I was thinking of he needed, but I guess something at least. IL-2 bombing strike. IL-2 bombing strike. Come on. Good job. You hit your Yavrit's forces. Comet coming in 3-star. Again, doing a really good job pulling the back. Again, we have a nice recon plane for the Centaur. Comet trying to protect the Centaur. I understand what you're trying to do. King moving up with a Stug. Sure, why not? Nice Piat. Oh no. Oh, Panzer IV. No. Oh my god, nice bounce. Oh, it's Su-85, you failed. Oh, another bounce. War speed for the win. He's using Blitz too. Oh, it's Panzer IV versus Comet. And he escaped. Comet is living another day, while the Soviet player's like, hey, Admiral Ackbar, back over to support you. And I love how he can easily just do that. And unfortunately, as we can see, looks like this Panzer IV is hitting their sextons, which is pretty bad. Again, that could knock out a lot of their artillery, which would in turn make it to the Axis have an easier time advancing. Oh my god, I don't understand. This guy just deployed his Yag and just got it murdered. This is why you have support. I don't know why you had that thing there. You should have probably pulled it back. You're kind of low on resources. You need to keep that thing alive, honestly. But that's just me. Panzer IV is doing some damage behind enemy lines. Still there. Piat's doing a little bit of damage, but they realize they have to pull back. And Yavrit's pretty much like, bye. Now we do have that artillery coming in, and again, it kind of blinds vehicles. It'll actually do a lot of damage to vehicles. Let's see, it's loader injured, increased reload time. That's pretty great. Nice flank with the Soviet player, Admiral Ackbar, coming in from the flank, knocking out their heavy tank. Yavrit's special ability still causing this to be suppressed, which pretty much annihilating it. This Tiger's backing himself up into a corner. Very lucky he didn't die. A lot of AT forces though coming in. This could be Yavrit's end. Or, oh my god, the Soviet player's going to lose a lot. Oh no. There's smoke coming in, so that's good. Looks like that might be enough to get the Su-85 out. Well, unfortunately, though, it looks like because they focused all their attention on the left, looks like the Allies were able to take mid, and they're still holding right. So if they were, if all this confusion, they're able to push the enemy back to this point, and Yavrit and them are still going to hold this guy back and take this territory, I'm done. It's like you guys. Oh, nice job, Comet. Nice shot. Or maybe it was at the ISU-152 with 85 kills. Oh my god, nice grenade. Making him retreat. Now, Firefly coming in. Only fired one missile. I was expecting a second one. Tiger realizing again, bomb strike coming in. The Firefly there, I would have pulled back too. Because the Firefly, if it gets one good shot on the Tiger, it's done. Oh my god, ISU-152 is coming in for an end. He's like, I'm not done yet. And I did not know this, but it looks like the ISU-152 might be a little faster. Or not. Never mind. I thought it could catch up, just couldn't. Anyway, looks like Maxon's coming in, taking the territory. Lamb's finally not using any of this. I have no idea how Lambs keeps losing stuff. I have no idea how Lambs has that much power. But whatever. Whatever. I have no idea how this Yag has not gotten more kills. I really don't understand. He really needs an infrared half-track. Just the, like, two infrared half-tracks would be amazing. Not only for his Stukas, but also for just annihilating all this armor. Just lack of recon pretty much screwed him. It honestly did. Nice job with your Firefly lambs. At least you push back the mortar half track. And you're essentially push the Axis into like a front corridor area. That's bad, because now they're on their strip. They're on their reserves. And I really don't think they're able to push out of here anytime soon. And we have assault once again on Yavrt's territory, but Yavrt's coming in with full force, aka whatever he has scraping the barrel. Now the Firefly's still here. I mean, tulips at fire in 8 seconds. Very close. I could see him killing the Tiger with it. We have some infantry moving on mid. Really not that many defenses. Wow, really? Pull back your Firefly, dude. Oh, you're an idiot. I like how there was a pause and then it died. It's like, you're gonna retreat it? Nope. This Soviet player really needs to heal his tank. Nice Gammon Bomb, doing a lot of damage. Again, trying to cap that point, trying to stop the timer from counting down. Stuka coming in a little too late. Yavrt's forces are too scattered now. And too armored, so the Stuka won't really do all that much. Very nice job. I think I'm going to true grind to... Oh my god. That IC-152, how many kills does it have? 88 kills. Oh, Jesus Christ. That thing is evil. The crew will defend the tank with grenades. That's awesome. They'll just chuck grenades. Oh, wait, what? So it looks like the Comet came in and killed the 2-star Yag. Are you kidding me? Well, there goes the Yag. No! I want to state this. Oh my god, I wish I would have saw that. I didn't even know. I had no idea. I had no idea this thing died. I'm really surprised he didn't get the Stukas killed. Another Yag, another failure. I just feel like these guys aren't using... Like, they had the advantage. They had it GG. They just... The allies were... It's funny enough, we're just able to just overcome this armor simply because of the fact I don't think they know what they're versing. I think the Axis are just running into a battlefield unknowing. I think recon is something they're lacking dearly because they're missing the artillery. They're missing Stukas. I mean, like, they have a lot of Stuka hits, don't get me wrong, but with that many Stukas, it's hard to miss territory at that rate. Three-star ISU-152. I like how it took nearly 90 kills for this thing to be, like, get up to a 3-star. It's like, now we're good. Unfortunately, that thing just dies from too much AA fire. They're trying to kill the ISU-152, but it doesn't work. There's some planes going overhead. IL-2 strike a little bit off. Panzer IV AT. I guess they're trying to hit the Firefly, but that Firefly... Oh my god. Just stay back. You're... Yavrt's like peace out and is chasing down this crew. I guess he's trying to stop them from hitting here. And I love how he's just getting next to him and throwing automatic grenades. That's just great. Really surprised he doesn't want to move up a Centaur to help his infantry, whatever. And units trying to capture mid, but I'm going to guess they're going to get suppressed. And yeah, that's a great turnaround from the Allies. Again, I feel like the Axis had this game. They had the Yag Tigers, they had the King Tigers, they had a really good infantry. But they just lacked coordination and they didn't know what they were advancing into. That's the big thing. I feel like they were literally walking into a death trap. And I feel like it wasn't, and I don't think it was because necessarily the Axis planned it. I think it was just because they sucked so bad they couldn't recon or scout. Yavr did a great job at causing havoc with this guy, which caused them to pull their forces away. And I guess without majority of their men fighting in mid, it was pretty much just a steamroll. Which I really don't understand how this guy, of all people, can steamroll someone, but whatever. Yeah, that was a good defense, though. I like the comeback. But yeah, I just find it that Like, again, recon and coordination is key to win this game. I just don't understand how the Axis fucked it up that bad. I really don't. Anyway, let's see. Most damage with the Yavro and most kills. Really surprised. Really thought Admiral Ackbar had that in the bag. He has most kills, definitely, with his IC-152. But, yeah, really surprised on that. Well, I'm assuming your Comet did the most, Yavro. Assuming. No Firefly. Alright, I could see that. Doing some nice pop shots. Enemy team, we have 57,000 damage. I'm assuming that's the Yag. I'm assuming that is your Yag. Yeah, 21,000. Stukas altogether, 120 kills. Not too shabby. That said, you had 3 Stukas, so that's why you had so many. And B, you got a lot of kills, a lot of damage, but I feel like you could have gotten more. I feel like you could have got lower. I feel like recon is something that the Axis just fucked up on. But that's just me. In any case, that's GG. I want to thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.